ministries?
60.
60.
Yes.
Out of 30 ministries.
Yes.
But drop it at the about 23. 23 ministries. Ushasa anamontuya wetuya ebinum se emman krofo nya adwuma. Then na hu say na hu no some movie a omampani ameki.
I think that they did come and mention what here for now. We've gotten to a point in our national politics, in as much as president our overwhelming power and authority to make appointment be bria openo. Ya bedru a point last time I catch your Ghana for better politics. I say Ghanaians are really involved in this whole governance thing. Omo input, criticism. We are president. You need to factor. Yeah, now one of the major concerns and Ghana for war has to do with the size of government. President Akufo-Addo present here, and in the lead up to the elections, now they need to cut down the size of government. And President Mahama and make that particular promise or he will cut down the size of government. That promise was in line with the expectations and the demands of Ghanaians at the time. Now Ghana go through economic crisis. I don't need to put out the numbers. You know the kind of economic crisis and Ghana for come. So only to me no now say or work that particular talk, and is the reason why all the executive instrument by at early stage to slash down the size of government from 30 ministry to 23. Satisfy promise now or make it to Ghanaians. Satisfy the demands from Ghanaians prior to the elections. And so we have a lot of people run commentaries around it as to whether say ne cost saving effect and as for whichever way you see it, it will significantly save us the cost, because you know what comes with appointment ministers and then as a forum, and slashing down about 7 ministries from 30 to 23 obviously will give us that particular way. And again, the whole ministerial way, he said he will not go beyond 60. So what it means is that all the 16 regional ministers in Bakawa, some of the ministries are not even going to have deputies. And to me, I think that is the efficiency that we need, because in modern governance, you don't need a crowd, you need efficiency. And you can do your fancy multitasking and ensure say I get people to do the right thing. So I think on that particular line he has done well, especially looking at Nema Ghana for Kai and as a forum and Abeiku. So far so good. Ubisa President Mahama by Sen Nema. I would say he has been tactically exceptional in some of the decisions that he's making, and over some of the decisions now clearly Charles said this is a person who owning the oil. He has been there before, so there is no time to linger over a choice. And this we hear some of the directives now their manner. He's very precise, concise, and the tone is so direct, and there is no ambiguity hanging on some of the decisions and the choices he's making. For instance, apart from cutting down the size of government, few days after, or the Constitutional Review Committee said we see kind of thing, and here one of the significant core Ghana for making has to do with say we need to do massive constitutional re-engineering, because I can sit here and point out to you say there are essential portions of our constitution.
Before you continue on that tangent of the constitutional review, there are other decisions through the executive instrument that His Excellency the President from January 9th, yes, sworn in 2 days per and the executive instrument, Civil Service Ministries Executive Instrument 2021 EI 12 or 12 a year Juma. Now this instrument was made in exercise of power conferred on the President under Section 11 subsection 3 of the Civil Service Act 1993 and PNDC Law 327. We're creating new ministry, and as I say, who say a constitutional mandate. We're creating new ministry. We're removing ministries in Ibi. For instance, youth, where ye every sports. Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment. Sports, we're naming a recreation. We're adding Ministry of Sports and Recreation. Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, or the Akoka local government. And I feel so a green transition, energy, the name energy, or the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition. So ababeka ho. Then innovation bako Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, or the innovation so I then ababeka ho. Ministries be to say communication, digital technology, and innovation. Now, these ministries, Yabeka said, were revoking and now we're Ministry of Information. Ministry of Information. In Kruma time, near Minister of Information, Kofi Baku, Kweku Baku Papa, Eniho. National Security, Minister of National Security, Eniho. Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, Eniho. Minister of Railway Development, Eniho. Madam Cecilia Dapa Ministry, Ojato Ho, Yaguno, Sanitation and Water Resources, and also Eniho. Sadamidi Kankai, Chieftaincy Religious Affairs, and Public Enterprises. So, the executive instrument EI-12 that gives the president the power under the Civil Service Ministry's instrument to, power conferred on him as the president. So, to me, Ubebusa say, some ministries realignment, continuity, and now say governance. Said the Kasa continuum.
No, I'm not sure because. As a president, before I was setting up this ministry, you look at the larger vision for the mind. That is why you have that overwhelming constitutional mandate to do that re-engineering within. So you look at the vision, baby, our person will position on minor core and be informed on your next line of action. For instance, youth development and empowerment. We've been advocating, say, a population where youth in a dorsal. And such a critical sector won't be pushy under sports when that particular sports sector is a huge rema. Anything be combined the two now, the youth will not feel that particular effect. So creating a whole ministry for the youth, it will give us a certain focus. Say they are the future leaders. How do we rebuild these future leaders? So that will become a focus of that particular ministry. My government, that particular power, just to ensure, say, that creative power and the creative talent our young people in this country, you bet me I'm on a certain pathway who said there is a future for young people in this country young come under any other thing, because I want you to know now to build or more. You should know, so you are building them for tomorrow, and there wouldn't be a situation where Ube put under another ministry. Then I know the day over the years, how the youth and sports ministry have been able to empower young people in this country. Over the years, some of the youth entrepreneurship programs they virtually become an extension of political party offices where people go there for money, and in the end, obedient to be under some of these modules we've been able to empower, create this job opportunity, provided this incentive for young people, and that's for. So I think that the president making youth development and empowerment a particular focus, feeding into the larger vision for young people in this country.
All right. So Ivan Che Innocent, youth activist and social commentator, thank you so much. Hold on for me. Now, Menko Aumana, so now, one great man who also fought immensely for this so-called second independence of Ghana. Kyei Oliver Barker-Vormawor. Now, this man has fought immensely. He was once in our studio from the early days, or they fix the country. Kyei Oliver Barker-Vormawor is a Cambridge, Africa PhD scholar at the Faculty of Law. Now, Ebano governance, he has served as an advisor, a significant law and policy expert in various African countries. A lot of people don't know Kyei Oliver Barker-Vormawor, the contribution to governance, even in the United States of America, United Nations system. He has been frequently engaged to interface with the private businesses, legislators, governmental ministries, agencies, departments, several industries. Events leading to the election, who was on a former national security advisor minister Kandapa on any CNE sama or the Sunni CNE. Yeka obi a wa brepa under Akufo-Addo government pa na Oliver Barker-Vormawor. Now he's joining us on the line to share with us one significant move by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Constitutional Review Committee. that was set it up. Everyone say, hey, Mahama, or person extending the tenure. Why? I didn't know per se or review constitution. Oliver, good afternoon, and it's a pleasure having you on our show today. Bibia Boko, dear.
I'm doing very well.
Nyankopon and a show swampa. Oliver, what bre papa, what bre pa? Minim, sir, and now buying for frabe, dear Nanado, Dankwa Ekufado, not buying or how ufemu, what the bet chewom, what the bet chewom. It's us.
My trouble is the after for the you say more among the that. Ghana and Ghana.
What trouble be that?
I say your mind here, my GM. America no be lipid gambling media no. Mediche.
O dia che.
Media check Ghana.
O dia check Ghana.
Eduma ya my mind. And you nipa back. So nipa back will be a story the obest say of mine and na ya no. Game me a team of mine. You hear the Ghana for and that's after actually on 7 December. Yeah, kind of it's me 2 pound near Koyin.
Lawyer, you have been a law policy consultant to World Bank, UNDP, DFID, and a number of multinational agencies. One significant move, His Excellency President Mahama, the Constitutional Review Committee, or the other. Now, and I started criticizing, say, why the Constitutional Review Committee? Now, Omanpenny EPSA or extending the tenure. Tell us, what do you think about this Constitutional Review Committee, and what are your expectations as a lawyer and a consultant?
In fact, I'm into a drink quick 2009, Omanpenny that Atamil, let's say a Constitution Review Commission. Constitution Review Commission, and I'm a count. And during that process, 2 years, it's in Ghana for it's Ghana for. I produce over 1,000-page reports. Recommendations are year over 476 recommendations. A move concerned and 267 of these recommendations. Recommendations that constitutions in a bit in the constitution in let me mark here and point towards opening. Now, answer now on that as I know is best for me Constitution Review Commission. Not Ghana political party in our dear to say answer again a bit in my prayer. Now, I won't be in a constitution, you be sure Nanyama to see now, you be CC. Now, in fact, in Nepal or the agenda by you also just the first time to no be creative Constitution Review Commission. I am paying that how can you say to me? I had the mom penny or Ghana, no, and next year, Mammy can be a memono and she won. I said, and then no, and support them. Now, over no better name, I cannot start the process, now you're publishing reporting. Reported by Anchibiana, Yamifred. Atamil, see soon of Mahama Bayer. At the time, no, she will be a friend of white people. White people no accept recommendations, maybe. Actually, I book wants to talk about other recommendations. No, they see so. And another thing now, career and on suggestions that a young commission be signed of back. Other president in the share, who was a 2 year paying the moment paying and managing such Shrakakra, Manebeka. The BNA word, our constitution, who is here to Sanwa. They better to be poor. Now, assemblymen, you or mono. The answer son on the no party, the other party among some and called district assembly. And then I got for company. Nagana one plenty as a young colana, board now. Wow, crap or no. Maybe I'll be with Yampany for so much of a ball. And to my friend that kind of it's a Ghana bomb to my young family district in the Modia. And then watching the Constitution Review process in your own review. If you say, "Oh, my penny up," not say, Ghana for you now, press a constitution, no, substance, obession. I am be within the first 120 days. No, can you know, 21 days, 14 days in Poma. Now it made two committee. Kofonso two or more committee in Muyam Kofua, and yes, of being cast the NDC board were young. In fact, from committee in the party, 8, most 6, a young Kofua, Tamana, Mampino to John Mahama, the first step, or more cast here, John Mahama, Papa year. But one channel, I can say, Ghana. No found who be in here. Then I got to something to my paper, What pray we win in Abba. After committee say, I'm going to for showman, the no winning. Send a bit me recommendations to do a double. Send a bit implementing. I'm going to say constitution, the way I don't know. Secondly, so we'll come back to Constitution Review Commission, the more year now. While your recommendation be had that say, President's term of office. I'm not ready for office. I am so big wonder. President, committee with one candidate, he has said no show. In fact, no idea several times on the idea no if you know another opportunity. The recommendations of my end, I think a bit me actually your parliament wouldn't say but me making sure that court don't watch them know how on the court more being fat upon chin page and go judge. And who in an yes, I'm a constitutional share. I'm an A. And they said, your mom steps are all fixed. Yeah, a idea, yes, I say, you're going to put it, maybe Judicial, maybe mission and crime. Now, committee into me, Juma, a bit near my constitution, so no, you're improving.
Okay. Right. So, lawyer Oliver Barker-Vormawor, you what my Abeiku Santana 2009 said your kind and Professor John Evans at Tamils on Yankupon Fan Crency, Obedi Mampeni Enote Constitutional Review Commission. Now, on what Juma on my year, no, now Kahon said the Potokasem white paper report, ed by recommendation. Abai amfanye juma. One of the recommendation a district assembly election esesenke on political way. Ye call abato koto segana for se omo pese yento aba in DCs and MDCs ni politically. But nanado say there be one pe. Se si a committee ya omampeni John Mahama apawon emu enipa ensia critics of his former administration mimbo boding by yenyina yenim emu 6 eti we just a committee bipartisan na enkrofo busa say what are some of the key attention in the constitution SSC review me kai say 2010 Professor Kwame Ahoy HMA ade legal regulatory framework. Now assignment bakwa odema ene se yankwohwe 1992 constitution. Na yanhwe which sections of the constitution should be amended. Na me pese me bit me controversial inti me kwaka the section of the constitution a protect a former president. The indemnity clauses in the constitution. Many we as a law consultant tell us what nasepa na sha your constitution ufa a Supreme Court judges there's no upper limit. Any other things meaning how the committee is going to work, whether they're going to receive memorandum from individuals or they are going to solicit ideas. Give us some key highlights of the constitution. Ujiri se SSA yesesano enimu ya.
Recommend that say. I mean, send a number about social constitution review commission. More year in Power. Over 267 recommendations. Almost recommendations in some constitutional issues. The door. You because they don't in anymore. But there's some key ones for Ghana for this Ghana for Katra. First of all, no form of you come up in your the constitution no and man who finds say or man penny or the new global attack another tool. Sir or the levy between so that the obey the normal penny no man who finds with that. And I'm going to be something and so man penny would be a demo first gentleman as a first lady over here demo. Not on no taxes say the best. You'll be able to mind him or go to India. No, at the hand, and I said, one of the issues that propose first and secondly, the men now commit crime, and I say a pump that will coin this one. And found 30 years, 40 years, Abba. The Abeiku Santana come pay, you bet me the back of court anytime. The Constitution says a man, no fees to or man, young gun of 1 or 3 years. You are here on time of government, so 4 years, the answer now court within 3 years. Yes, the million function of family. In the environment, let's share call you now. MVP can't break the age. Or breaking age now. Yeah. My Baunia, the Bayer, my opinion of a coin, the officer of the country, and I do also know you from 4 years or government. Stop one or more years, but they're going to put within 3 years with me and one here. You mean, you and not see one of the recommendations and conferences here, Mr. Sano. Open no F. Gracia, who said more constitution in my whole Quaima, or be able to be a year MP 4 years. 4 years, we are near Trigana, Tika, over 300,000 and 400,000. Better to become over 3 billion to 30 billion. Maybe I'm about. I brought it up with me over 30 years. Every year, you know, the pension pay and do 30,000. Now, and the fairness with him, I bring it to be the 3 of whom see ho at some of mine, yeah, live in the mono. It's been projected to come on, the account of the young to cry a problem. A idea, and also your recommendations now. Over MMDC, so what's my kind of see answer no. And go over brief, did he say a church to Mama, my younger DC. Now, we have constitution in the Mumpoa. Can you say the MP being a baby promising so by your fine, or be so consistent answer by baby? Because that put me in any budget in the DC, you know. But if I say, yes, to a DC, you know, and go over the Adrian Kumu, say, Honor, and go more of Ma, you could be sat, so may it, yes, sir, and ransom way. Over brain, so fees there. Ghana, Mania Samuel, after yesterday, Obi or baby after and manifesto. Or you can create with you, baby, no jack to her, not the other banners on to us to. But say, be a national development plan to be a share political parties in Asua. No more bow, being cast a man, buy you know. But they got a echo share a Japanese demo and answer to football. Maybe I will plan be excessive Ghana food and family will be out. At least, no, I accept the airmen will not more than 2 kilometers. Now I government the national yourself with me mapping Ghana, need the Ghana 40. Not to media, I accept the place, no, all at no one is so also with the upper port. Constitutional map, no point say, we so cool, no, so we see the cool way of community in here.
Lawyer, since Constitutional Review Commission in 2009 worked on the Constitution and their recommendations over 257, new Constitutional Review Committee, are they going to look at the recommendation and now they are going to receive new proposals for the amendment of the Constitution?
So there are two things. Statement now, appointed committee now. But my said they have to look at worker on my year to see what are the challenges to its implementation. Now, within those 15 years, different perspectives about in terms of Ghana watching. The last 8 years, what training, Ghana, send no better be in Brano, a higher upper. And also, but then you find so a bit me a tight train your constitution with you. So, our thinking, necessarily a committee, so no better share will improve some of the recommendations of my year so now. But I'm almost 5 months. Within those 5 months, on make sure whether they obey limited engagement across board, on the basis of those recommendations, and then said on better more advise the president or quite so if they are implementing, so they are on my catch on someone and say if they are implementing, and then you say, you can't be mammy kid, yeah, can't quite implement that.
Lawyer, my final question, your Supreme Court, would be a home a cotton pa ye. Lately, our Supreme Court has come under public scrutiny and call for actual mano ADSC, the apex of the court, which is not good at all in our democratic dispensation. Ushe ekwanya ye faso appointed judges onto the Supreme Court. His Excellency Nanado Dankwa Ekufuado term. Yehu eye private legal practitioners that he appointed them onto the Supreme Court. Yehu omo appeal court or the omo ko eye Supreme Court. Ene de keka ho. Ujidi se Constitutional Review Committee commission time uye hu adwuma. One of the most critical institutions SSC na ye review ebeye the judiciary, i.e. the Supreme Court, which has no upper limit, no ceiling, and it makes the president too powerful to add onto the judges on the Supreme Court at any time. What do you think about that?
So the first thing I'm going to say, judiciary, and I say Supreme Court, one of the institutions that were a democracy. Instead, review, criticize, discuss, maybe a parliament and executive, in a whole point to discuss the court. The bigger issue I hear within the past few years is the ways that that use Supreme Court. For point to Supreme Court, Supreme Court number it doesn't inspire confidence in you. A critical issue, which is that the work of our democracy, if people lose faith in the judiciary and not the Supreme Court. Now the issues about putting an upper limit and answering those who are able to be appointed to the Supreme Court, because then over the last few years, and the Supreme Court in other courts, the former president appointed nearly 200 judges across all our courts. Currently on the Supreme Court, all the persons on the Supreme Court, apart from one, appointees of the former president. And none of that drink a crack. Beyond that, one of the recently petition, Professor Kukwatari, they call here for the removal of the Chief Justice, Chief Justice, which letter command judge said, may my recommendation for 1 to 3 judges go away, appoint Mobra. Abra, was Judicial Council. I need you to be recommending judges. I bet you. The problem is, saying, and discussing, no more pressure perform to the court. Those are issues that you have to mean you kind of sweep under the carpet. We need to talk about them. So the way forward about saying young boy democracy mobile the mechanism, the ways in which people get onto the Supreme Court, the number of people our president did me appointed. The president didn't put an appointed based on the answer based on recommendation of a body like the Judicial Council and so on. These are conversations that we need to have.
Okay.
I think they make the appoint judges to make sure say under the control of any party.
Okay. You better lawyer Kyei Oliver Barker-Vormawor on the line. He is a lawyer and a